Hi Cancer, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. For the sake of time, I pulled your spread. I did it. This is a 12 house check-in. That said, it won't resonate for everyone. The astro discussion sections will resonate, okay? They are geared towards Cancer rising and Cancer sun, okay? Whereas normally I tell you guys, you're in here for sun, moon, rising, Venus, stellums that you have, or whatever particular placements are being let off that you want to check. When I'm doing these 12 house check-ins, I'm specifically interpreting them in accordance with the transits in the wheel. Okay, currently, right now, I have a chart that I've been looking at since yesterday with this square between Venus and Mars tomorrow. Okay, which has everything else in it that I look at. So I'll be interpreting as if Cancer's on the first house, which is how all normal horoscopes interpret when you read your sun sign. That's why I always tell you guys, if you know your rising or you can find it out, it's very important. Okay. That said, once I get to the tarot, it pulls on specific energies. I pulled a shit house frickin'. It's a mess, Cancer. I don't want to say you're a mess, but like some of you are a mess right now. And it's not your fault or anything. It's just very heavy emotions, and there's a lot of freaking people involved. And I feel like a lot of you either have really big families, and even if you don't have big families, like there's shit going on with everybody in the family or some shit like this. And I think that this came out the way it did and so strongly, and I've already pulled like one Celtic cross, and I'm probably going to pull another one. I think it came out so strongly because, right now, I think the moon's in Gemini or enters Gemini by tomorrow, okay? And the moon, rules Cancer. And so you guys are very tied to the lunar cycles. The moon in Gemini, that is your 12th house. So that is a very underground place, a very spiritual space, a very intuitive space. Also can be a place where you can get caught up in your emotions. Anybody can. 12th house is kind of hard to deal with. Well, we have Mars also in Gemini in the 12th house. So there is like a simmering, boiling amount of emotions for you guys, okay? The way it plays out is going to be different for all of you. I'm going to go through it and take a look at the chart in between while I'm going through this crazy ass read that you guys pulled for me today. The other thing that's like super crazy, and this has never happened in any reading I've ever done, ever. I pulled like 5 dogs in different houses with different cards. So I don't know if you have dogs or somebody else has dogs, or you just have a lot of messages from friends or something. And it's a symbol that you need to tap into that, about the people that really love you versus those that don't, or something like this. But dogs are everywhere. Like, I mean, I'm going to go through it as I go along, but I've never pulled a reading with this many dogs show up. It's like insane. And dogs represent loyal companions. Sometimes they represent warnings, depending on what cards you're using. But in general, dogs are a very good symbol to have, all right? It's just, in this one in particular, it's like, it was just kind of insane. Anyway, there's like a storm outside right now as I'm reading you, and I'm going to call out your cards for each house, just so you guys know them, and then I'm going to get into some shit here. You guys got the storm in the first house. And again, I can see a storm brewing, and it's probably brewing in the 12th house of your emotions, even if you haven't spoken on it yet. That said, you can get into some arguments because there is a square from the 12th house to the 3rd house, okay? So from Gemini to Virgo, and also from Gemini to Pisces, okay? So what's going on in the 12th house, all right, over the next few days and over the weekend, that's kind of simmering inside you, that's going to feel very emotive, all right, is, can come out in these sections or play off these other sections that I'm mentioning. That's why I'm mentioning them. Additionally, I did a preliminary pull on the house where Uranus is retrograde, which for you it's for everybody, it's Taurus, but Taurus rules your 11th house of networks, okay? whatever Cancer I pulled up with here has had like massive changes in a lot of shit, a lot of profit and potential for profit, and but a lot of responsibilities and a lot of changes and a lot of shit. Just a lot. It's just a lot. I mean, I feel like I feel like you feel like it's a lot, something like this. And this may pass once this moon gets into your sign. It might, you know, you're going to have a relief, and you know how fast the moon moves. So a couple days. Oh my God, Cancer. You know, the moon only lasts a couple days. Anyways, you have the storm in the first, the village in the second. You have the ocean in the third. Okay. You have the shapeshifter in the fourth, the animal in the fifth, the shadow in the sixth. Somebody else pulled this. You also have the unseen in the 12th. And I feel like a different sign pulled the exact opposite in the 6th and 12th. I'll remember in a minute. You have the siren in the 7th. You have the seed in the 8th. Alethea in the 9th. Okay, the flame. No. Yeah, the flame in the 10th. The 1 in the 11th, and the unseen in the 12th. Okay, I either have a ton of uncles here, or like grandparent, mother, daughter, child issues, father, child issues popping up. There's a lot of family members here. I feel like some sort of cycle's closed. You're going to feel very emotional about it around this time of these squares, okay? There's also a square between Uranus and Saturn, okay? And Saturn is in Aquarius, which is your 8th house, okay? Opposite of Leo. So if you have anything in Leo or Aquarius, this is going to be stronger for you. If you have any personal planets in Leo, or in Aquarius, especially with this moon, it's all going to be stronger, okay? And, you know, the stuff in the tensions that you feel over the things that I discuss in Uranus, those will get better after October, okay? Because there's a square that's getting closer and closer in orb until then. Okay, so there's been a lot of changes in structures, literally could be changes in structures in your you know, affecting those houses, which would be income, things you value, legacy, taxes, inheritance, family, deep sexual relationships. There could have been a lot of changes and tensions and restrictions in these areas, in addition to, you know, your networks, which may have changed considerably since 2017, 18, and really gotten into gear now that Uranus is in the middle of Taurus, okay? It is approaching the North Node again in retrograde, and I do take that as a very good sign, as well as a better sign going forward from this year on, since the nodes started to enter Taurus and Scorpio. I'm so sorry. Hold on one second. All right, and that's going to get better in October. All right, when you know, they'll finally come into full square. You know, then, you know, your tensions around those things. And again, I mean, that could be as simple as, you know, you filed for a late return, which happens to also be due in October, right? Unless they delayed it again or whatnot. It's like they keep changing these. You know, so that's, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, some of you could have a mother that's worried about you right now, or you have your mother on your mind, or you're worried about a child, especially if it's a boy, could be, okay, over the next 3 days, okay, especially with that square and the mutable signs, that will get better, you know, it could be about a sibling, okay, or something like this, all right, and a mother, could be, all right, anyways, I feel as if I'm not, you know, some of you are married and working very heavily on your home, okay, but you also have, and you know, you seem to have a lot of potential for growth here on income and in regards to money, okay, but there's just been kind of, you know, you could have a lot of heavy dreams All right. Also around the time of the full moon, especially since it's your ruling planet, and it's in the 12th house. All right, with Mars, like, you know, if you literally could get like a nightmare that worries you, you know, something like this. All right. And you like security, so. Anyways, I'm just gonna start. Some of you may have been divorced, or may have like actually had some sort of temptation, all right, in the 7th house arena, in a marriage arena, all right, where you got with somebody but then you felt left out in the cold by them, or something like this, okay, because the siren is literally something that used to be in the front of boats to, you know, you know, the purpose of it was to like make other boats go off course or something, so they would like get caught up in the shallows. You know, and this person could have left you feeling out in the cold some, or something like this, all right? And like for some reason blocking that person was some sort of victory, you know, and this could be in your past. I feel like it is in your past because you popped here with the compass. So maybe you've had multiple marriages, something like this. All right, in the 5th house, which is in, you know, children, and it's also creative projects. All right, this is where you started to pop with the dogs. All right, you've got an Empress, okay, on this. Okay, and this, it's like you popped here with the animal. Okay, and that, you know, is perfectly fine. That's Scorpio, all right? Scorpios are extremely loyal, and that is your house of romance, okay? And creativity, as well as projects. So if you are working on a project, I feel like it's really going well. And if you have a sister and a mother you get along with really well, I feel like that's going to go really well. You might be getting together with them over the next few days, or the next few weeks, or something like this, all right? Or they may be really close, like, I don't know, something like this, literally. But you popped here with an Empress, all right? If you have older daughter, this literally could be you as well. But I see you collaborating with this person in the future, and like making some decision about them or with them, or something like this. But with the dog here, it's very, very fortuitous. Literally, I mean, somebody could rescue dogs or work with dogs or something like this, or if not, you just used to own a lot, even if you don't own any now, or something like this. Okay, this shadow, I may pull a separate spread on this shadow in the 6th house, because with the shadow in the 6th house and the unseen in the 12th, I feel like there's also issues of some of you lost a parental figure. It could be a mother or a father, doesn't, you know, but I'm definitely getting death vibes here. And, you know, a lot of communication. So again, I feel like you may literally have a dream about this person, or feel like they're watching you, or watching over you, or helping you, or something like this, because we popped here with, under this unseen, the Rider, which is message and movement. And again, I just told you that your ruling planet is in the 12th house, okay, which ups emotions. The 12th house has to do with the unseen, you know, the spirit world, all those things. Places where you feel trapped, and also a place of like the unseen. You know, and you popped here with some worry and anxiety, and, you know, some depression, all right? And that's normal for the aspects in the 12th house. Obviously, if you have long-standing depression or feelings of anxiety that you need to see a doctor about, definitely see a doctor. I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm just talking about the transits. So, you know, that particular transit that you're under over the weekend can feel emotional. Anyways, you're popping here with news. You're popping here with the 8 of Wands on this 12th house. Then you popped with, when I pulled on this, the unseen, I got the Hangwoman in reverse, the 8 of Cups, and Death. You literally could have had somebody with Pisces that is on the other side, that passed away, that you're thinking about or feeling very close to at this time, or something like this, and you're worried or something. There's some anxiety and worry here, all right? that you need to get in touch with, or that you feel like you are getting in touch with. All right. And Cancers are very emotive. So you guys are going to be absolutely fine. Again, I'm just discussing transits here. So if you have anything that's long standing, reach out to your friends and reach out to, help whenever you need it. On this shadow here, I feel like some of you could have lost a child, all right, or had problems conceiving, okay, or have some other issue with your health or day-to-day routine that failed, or feel like you did something foolish in regards to something service related, something you owed a duty to. Could have been at work if you're in a service related field, or somebody else's, where you sell your services or you protect and serve in any way. There could have been something that was emotional here. Others of you literally may be in a recovery period in regards to trying to get pregnant or having a child or something of this sort. Okay? And you may be taking a break from it, something like this. And very judgmental on yourself in regards to it. And the advice here is not to. It says that you're on the road to success, so to keep going with that. But there is some disappointment here in regards to it. It could be just due to change arounds in your 6th house. Your 6th house is ruled by, is occupied by Sagittarius, all right? And, Sagittarius is, Jupiter is trining anything in Sagittarius, and Jupiter is in Aries. So, and rules Pisces as well as Sagittarius. So I feel as if something here, and you also popped here, here's some more dogs, with a distant friend is thinking of you and dealings with a younger woman. So I feel as if, this literally could be a sister or a best friend or something like this. And they could be far away, and they could have had bad news, or maybe you get on the phone with them to talk about something, or maybe you used to work with them, like in the military or the hospital or a police force or a medical environment or at a firm or something like this. All right, and then, and I feel like a lot of these things have changed, which is why you're having a flood of emotions right now. Something like this. You're retrospectively looking back and forward at the same time, something like this. All right, and I do show you did pop with a king and a queen of wands as well here. All right, and I show, like, if you have been through a divorce, there was some sort of injustice with an older figure. Okay, could have fire in their chart, or past love or divorce. Here I have Justice in the reverse, the 8 of Swords, and the King of Wands. That could be you, especially if you had fire in your chart. That's why I warned you on this. You popped here with Mortar and Pestle and the World on that. So I feel like there was a cycle closed, again, that I feel like is really hitting off a lot of access points. And again, I feel like I wouldn't have got this reading if I didn't happen to pull it. It's like, why couldn't I have done it next week? But for whatever reason, some Cancer out there needs this reading. So I was almost like, oh my God. I feel like there's something here going on with higher learning, travel, and school here that you really want to do, that you really want to do something independent that you're very passionate about, or somebody else is, also could have Pisces in their chart. All right, and because with this Alethea, it's like the veil is lifted. So you may be studying some sort of higher philosophy, or want to, or found out something like this, that you want to open up your mind to ease your anxiety and worry about certain things, or if you want a big trip, you're nervous about it or something like this. But there is some sort of foundational thing here that can be very, very helpful in that regard. I'm going to go back to it in a minute. With this seed on the 8th house, again, that's death, taxes, legacy, inheritance issues. Okay, that's there's a lot of duties in there right now. They may have to do with family, again. With the family stuff, it's all over this, and that's why there's so many court cards and people that popped up here. It's like, I know they're not all in your household. All right, with this seed, there's something complicated, okay? It could have to do with as simple as your taxes. Literally could. But there's some sort of indecision or delayed news or a decision you need to make here, where you know your thinking hasn't been cleared, or it got complicated and tangled and there's hassles or something like this. But there's a lot of duties there because Saturn's there, and Saturn is about duty and karma, so you want to make sure that you do things right in this regard, okay? You know, and on this 11th house, I'm going to go to this 11th house right now because I see ties, you know, aside from, you know, because of aspects. So on this 11th house, which is where you guys pulled with the 1, okay, which is Taurus, I pulled here, I get the Queen of Wands, the Princess of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and I also pulled here with the letter. Okay, and the letter in the Lenormand is a lot of communication, a lot of documents, a lot of research. You know, there's something here with networking. It could be networking on a grand stage, but I feel like it's a lot of paperwork on one sense or another, something like this, incoming, outcoming, that a wider network than normal is involved in, and family is also involved in, because you popped here with the Ten of Cups. If you fell in love with somebody at work, you could have been worried about gossip in relation to it. This could have been something that happened in the past or something going on now, all right? Because on this village in the 2nd house, you popped with a freaking twin flame card here. And it's like, that's the only thing that I wanted to pull more on that I didn't pull more on yet, okay? I'm only going to pull 1 card on it. But I feel as if, you know, some of you that are happily married may work with your mate in one sense or another, okay? Others of you may meet a mate through work, and that person may be related to your extended family friends or something like this, okay? I'm not sure if you're with this person, okay? For those of you that are happily married, you know, you may be, and you could be a stay-at-home father or mother for the good of the cause, something like this, or issues like this may have arisen or something like this, okay? Others of you met somebody at work and it either never got off the ground and ended and you're not talking to them, or something like this. All right, and for others of you, I feel like there was an ending in a work environment that's been really, really painful, where like you miss your old friends, your old comrades, maybe your family, things of this nature, where there's been a lot of endings and disillusionment, okay? And, you know, Pisces, again, it has Neptune in it, and that is the higher octave of Venus and creativity and love, okay? But it's also illusion and disillusionment, okay? And these feeling, it's very watery, like you, so it'll trine anything you have in Cancer, all right? But it's going to be squaring with what is going on in the 12th house, which is going to be stronger and more stressful, but also emotional around this time for you. So again, I'm going back to these things will pass, but you're having a lot of realizations, and they're not just swords realizations, they're emotion behind them, a lot of them. So it's going to feel rather heavy. You're also popping here with a lot of earth. I don't know if it's in your chart or somebody else, could be sister, brother, mother, something, your mother, your grandmother, something here. Okay, because you popped with 2 earth signs down here in the feminine, all right? And some fire, and like, again, I'm getting pointed to Uranus and Saturn here. So I feel like structures have changed around this. You literally may have like a sister and a mother, and it might be you and your sister, or you and your mother, or something like that, with Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo in them. Okay. And you know, somebody is going through a lot of changes aside from just you. Okay. And you know, I think that you are, you know, absolutely fine, but there's some sort of truth that came in here about some mate. And I want to go back to this real quick. And again, it may be an ex. You may have felt like you fell for somebody in the past and you never want that to happen again. you know, and it changed your whole life direction and it didn't work out or something like this, especially if you've had multiple marriages, okay? But, you know, and this could have happened since 2008 or 9, okay? Because what's happening in your 7th house is you have Pluto going through there. And Pluto's almost done. It'll be done in March, okay? Not fully done because it really moves slow, like 240 something years, 250 years. But it will move into Aquarius in March of next year. It will move back into Capricorn and then fully into Aquarius, and it will move back, you know. I'm going to do specials on that. But over the course of that time, you can have like dark mates come into your life, okay? Or experience in yourself as a mirror reflection partnership issues, which can be either very transformative in a spiritually uplifting way or toxic, okay? And, you know, so some of these themes may have come up over the course of that time that you're seeding through now that feel very emotional, okay? Mars and Pluto are associated with Scorpio, you know, as well as Aries. So, Mars is. So, you know, some of these issues may have played out since that time, and, you know, I just feel like it's going to be an emotional time, but you're going to be fine. I mean, I see you here in good power, okay? I pulled a Celtic cross on this first house with this world and this, because it's like either you used to be with like a fire sign that you got divorced from, could have been, that made you feel tied up or something like this, or you feel tied off from somebody that you're attracted to. For some of you, could be, okay? Or there was something done here that was unjust, that leaves you feeling tied up and emotional, either on your end or somebody else's end here. That's pretty heavy here. But I pulled a quick spread on that, and it's like, I see you in a present position of, you know, whatever this issue is, it's about like what's crossing you is bringing a new beginning to this issue, okay, with an Ace of Pentacles, all right? And I have you in the Knight of Rods, like, I want to act, but I haven't acted. You want to go after something or someone. When it comes to the first house, it could funnel out into any other houses, but I'm just going to discuss what's here because I'm getting messages, but I don't, again, want to like cut any of you guys out. And sometimes on my reads I go really in, you know, but you know, it's like, it's always a debate on which to do, because if I go all in, some of you are cut out and then it's not your reading. So I don't think that the people that this applies to are going to have any problem. Anyway, Ace of Pentacles, you have a Nine of Rods, so I see you feeling very defensive about something in your heart, like your walls are up, but you want to do something, okay? I feel like there was either a loving relationship or a loving love offer in the past, or you feel like, you know, emotionally, again, I already explained this. There was some sort of rejection issues here, or there is an Ace of Cups that you can tap into and some love here that you're not noticing. But I see you in a place of indecision here, you know, and this is the near future, and this is only a possible future, and this is only on your first house, okay? But you're holding on to something, and I feel like it's pain. Pain about the past, which again, I think is going, and worry, which I think is going to pass some in the next few days. I do see a worry here in regards to healing or an Aquarius, a hope and a fear around healing or an Aquarius. And again, these could be hopes and fears regarding income, second and eighth house issues, okay? All right, and like somebody around you does want to collaborate. Three of Pentacles is here, or does consider you a friend, all right? Again, I pulled some T's. You pulled dog barking advice from a friend. I mean, I've got like 5 or 6 dogs in here. I've never had it happen on any reading I've ever done. You know, but and I see you with some at home. It's like either you're going to meet somebody that you're going to marry, all right, with a shapeshifter, and you may need to change your home around or your situation before that comes into being. Like, you may need to manifest the space to let someone new in. Something like this. And I feel like if that is true and you're single, you already know that and are doing it. You know, for others of you, you know, you're either already married or you're going to meet somebody, and a lot of you, I feel like, are working very heavily on your house, very heavily on your house, okay? There may be some disappointment in regards to something to do with a child that causes some heartbreak, and again, I already said that some of you could have lost a child or had some problems conceiving, all right? All right, where there's some sadness in regards to that, but I do see you investing a lot in the home and trying to make decisions here, okay, in regards to letting go of prior pain, okay? And again, this could cross over the lines of losing a parent, especially in a 4th, 10th house access issue. And you pulled here with the 5 of Cups. So I think you're still processing some mourning here in regards to either the loss of a child or the loss of a parent, or a little bit of both. That feels rather emotional right now. But again, I see that like things are really going to shape up for you by spring, you know, and again, I pointed to October as a release, you know, a big hump, getting over a big hump in regards to this square that you're currently having between your networks and, you know, your 8th and your 2nd house, okay? I really do. You know, definitely make sure you check your rising if you're in here for sun, and vice versa if you're not, okay? I am going to be doing some other check-ins for you guys. There was something else I wanted to pull on. If you, it's like, I do feel like the best thing I can say right now is to like tap in with your friends. Like you guys might, somebody needs to go out to dinner with like their friends, or call an old friend. If you have like an old best friend, you know, that's like far away, you may want to call them and just like chit chat with them for a little while. Like that might be like rewarding for you. I feel like, I don't know why I'm getting that message, I just am. You know, and tapping into your family, because I see some very loyal family here, you know, around you. And for some of you, I see the potential of love. I see if you did have a love that something ended with, you know, that you feel very emotional about, you know, I don't know what that situation is. I'm not pulling on it specifically in here, you know. I mean, reach out if you can, if that's, you know, what you know, if you want to do. If it's something that you don't. But I see some disillusionment here around that. Okay, because it's like you popped with the 9 of Cups on that, the 10 of Swords, and then the 7 of Cups, which is like about options and disillusionment. So there could have been an end to some sort of situation because you were chasing your own wish fulfillment, and you were not thinking or basing some sort of decision based off the past or something like this. Okay, that's only going to apply for a few of you. Some of the others of you, I see you taking a break from work or quitting work to do more things with your family, okay, or help out with the kids more, or help do something else. Complete shift, okay, a complete shift, and it looks good, you know, it looks very good, and you do look like you have, with the dogs and like the supporting signs around here, everything's going to be just fine. It's just, I can tell a lot's happened here. Okay, Cancer, I do want to pull on one other thing here. What was I going to pull on over here? On this village. Oh, I think I didn't touch on this one either. On this 11th house, you know, I did touch on that. Did I miss anything for you guys? I don't want to miss anything for you guys. On the 10th house, again, I feel like some of you are quitting work to do more at home, or you and your mate are going to go into some whole new business, okay? You're a little bit anxiety ridden about it if you left a place. You feel estranged from like your old networks and your old groups, you know, and it's like you still hold a flame for them or something like this. You know, and there's a little bit of anxiety, but again, I feel like that's going to get much better for you, all right? Okay, and it's just that those issues can seem a little bit bigger, and you may be going through some healing with those issues as well as pain, because, you know, Chiron is there, and it's opposing it's opposing Mercury, or rather Jupiter is opposing Mercury. They're both in Aries, all right, which is your 10th house of career, okay? But I see a lot of talking, and it's either with like your family and people that bring you a lot of joy and happiness that you may be getting together with, all right, that are dogs, very, very, that really do love you or something like this. You know, tapping into that, and that's going to give you a source of comfort and relief, all right, in one way or another here. And then, but it just could feel stronger. And I also see, you know, some of you may have a romantic interest that you discuss these things with, okay, all right, because Libra is the house of romance as well for you, all right. So, and you may be reflective on the past right now, especially with all the planets in retrograde and Mercury also in retrograde, okay? So I see this as all beneficial and good. It's just, it's quite the holy shit that you gave me here. I do want to pull on this right here on this first house, because I don't understand why you're still in a place of indecision here. And I just want to pull you advice on that. This indecision is like Two of Swords, is it Four of Swords? I'm sorry, Four of Wands, Two of Cups, and the Empress. It's at a major foundation in a marriage, either yours or a past one or something, that you're in a space of indecision about something. Okay, it could have to do with your own mother, or some other lady that you're in love with, but it's a major foundation. You feel at a point of indecision, or maybe you feel at a crossroads because of your marriage in regards to something else related to family. Some of you could. Give me this Four of Pentacles right here. Daughter of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Sun. And the Four of Cups is over here. And like, it's like, again, if this is about fertility, it says that you're going to get there. So, you know, I'm not trying to make it any less emotional for you, but it says you're going to get there if you want to be there. For others of you, there's some offer that you want to make that you're holding on to, you know, and you're only going to step into the sun when you let go of that to go after what you want. With this Ace of Pentacles here, which, you know, looks like it does involve other people, okay? You know, if you're a male, you know, this could relate to a brother or a sister or something, or to your own children. All right, and like I said, I do see that some of you may be concerned about a child, especially if they have Gemini, Pisces, or Virgo placements in their own chart, or Sag, okay? I think that will get better once the moon goes into Cancer for you, all right? Give me some, I want 3 for advice for my Cancer. It's like, it wants you to, I got the Father of Cups in reverse. Could be representative of another person with water in their chart, but most likely it's you because it's advice for you from the universe. Father of Cups in reverse, Father of Cups in reverse, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. It really wants you to work hard on recognizing the truth of your emotions and any emotional pains that you're having right now. Okay, so that you can go after what you want most in a heart and soul space. Okay, and again, that may feel a little more intense right now. Okay, give me this Father of Cups here. This could be about, again, a parent, especially if they have Pisces or another Pisces that you either walked away from or wanted a reunion from, where there was a prior walk away that you've been in a hangman reflective state on and haven't acted on yet, okay? Or your emotions have felt out of whack in regards to, okay? It wants you to work on the truth of your feelings, that you're going to be able to get there. You're going to be able to master them, go forward or whatever. I think this is in relation to some old tapes and the fact that freaking A. I mean, I can just tell you guys have been through a lot the past few years from your chart, okay? But with all these dogs and all these Ten of Cups and fortuitous signs and really positive symbols I have in the career, all right, house for you, as well as all these others. I mean, you know, you have a lot of luck coming in, all right? In the areas of legacy, inheritance, family, 10th house is on offer there if you want it, you know, and a great looking 4th house, okay? But you do have to, like, you popped here with compass and true north, okay? And I feel like this is about, like, identifying what's my true north from in here, which, you know, Cancer is a very feeling sign. I don't think you're gonna have a problem, Cancer. I love you guys. I will see you for your regular check-ins. I also wanted to mention to you, Black Moon Lilith is right in the middle of your sign. Black Moon Lilith is like a section of, can be, you know, associated with a particular calculation in the chart, and or a particular asteroid. Anyway, it's a very important spot for women, all right, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, okay, because it represents, like, especially because the reason I'm mentioning it is because of this siren here. It can represent, like, all we find, like, Jezebel about, like, a woman, or, you know, like, I don't know, like the hot stripper or the hot gold digger or something of this sort, like, something of this sort, okay? And with Pluto in opposition to your house, there may have been a period because of other emotional pain that you had, that either your own issues in regards to Black Moon Lilith have come up in your life or are on your mind right now. Either the negative in you in that regard, or what you are attracted to in others, or has come across your path, especially with it. It's going to be continually progressing, and, you know, once it comes into complete opposition of Pluto, you will need to watch out for sirens, male or female. Okay, but Black Moon Lilith is also very important because there's positive Black Moon Lilith, okay? And the positive of Black Moon Lilith is recognizing an independent, hot woman who's also nurturing, if that makes sense, okay? Who also can embody an empress, okay? So, you know, and it's important to recognize whether you're male or female, something of this sort. All right, because Black Moon Lilith, the story of Black Moon Lilith is in, like, one of the parts of the Bible that the Catholic Church took out in the 1400s. Okay, one of the lost parts of the Bible that they got rid of in the 1400s. All right, and the story of Lilith was that she was the first wife of Adam, and she was created by God. You know, not from the rib of Adam. She was created by God, but she refused to lay beneath him during sex. So she was too independent. So she was banished, and then she turns into this, like, ugly, nasty, you know, witch-like person or something like this. You know, but it's, you know, you take the Bible allegorically for its meanings, and there's multiple important meanings. In that regard, and you know, I find in looking at charts that extremely independent men, okay, that are healthy, are highly attracted to Black Moon Lilith aspects in other women's charts, okay, if they're into women, okay, and you can almost follow a trajectory of the bad and the good Lilith aspects and what a man has been attracted to in the past and his growth trajectory over time. Okay, so there's something there. As well as a woman's behavior. Something there too. Okay, so that's it. I love you, Cancer. I'll see you later.